stand-up, sketch, variety, comedy, magic. We had so many different styles of comedy on Bring the Funny, but it all comes down tonight, the finale episode. We're breaking down every single act that graced the stage. And plus, Kids These Days is going to be live in studio. So stick around because the Bring the Funny After Show on AfterBuzz TV starts right now.
Woo! You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah! Bring the Funny. I can't believe it. 10 episodes in, we've made it. The finale. Woo! I gotta say, man, I didn't think much of this show at first because I didn't know what it was about, but it's grown to be one of my favorite highlights of the week. And plus, being with you guys. I love being with you guys. You guys are the highlight of the week as well. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not just saying that because I have to.
Stop it. Come on.
But the finale episode was huge, action-packed, and we also have Kids These Days live in studio. But before we get to introduce them, I wanted to introduce the panel because you guys were with me the entire season, the ups and downs. Immediately on my far, far left, the man is the international man of mystery. Get it from Mr. Benjamin Schnau.
Thank you so much. I'm really sad, to be honest. That's
really?
The end there. Yeah, I can't wait for the second season, to be honest.
We
have to do it again next week. Please bring it up. Bring out second season.
We will protest the streets.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's for sure.
And over to his right, she's a resident journalist and the Beyonce of our group. Give her Miss Zakiyyah.
Hello. I'm back, guys. I'm happy to be home.
Yeah, we missed you last week.
Oh yeah.
I miss you guys
You're
too.
out fighting crime. That's what's right.
Yes.
And speaking of those who fight crime, she axe dances, kickboxes, or suplexes people in her spare time. Give it up for Miss Jackie Nova.
Hey, Jackie Nova, estoy aquí, mi amorcitos.
Bien, muy bien.
So excited to be here. And Flobito, such an incredible comedian. We're so sad that it's ending. So we need season 2. Come on, let's go.
But for not this here is possibly the biggest show of the season because not only the finale, we have Kids These Days live in studio. How you doing, ladies?
We're doing great. So happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's like a giant sleepover. We got popcorn somewhere in the back. I got my pajamas in the other room. It's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing.
Got leadership, you know it.
For sure. I know you were on the show, Bring the Funny. Just overall thoughts about your personal experience on that show real quick.
Sure. We loved it. We had such a great time. It was amazing. We've only been together. We've been all performing comedy for 10 years, but together we've only been a group for a year.
Oh, wow.
And so a lot of the other groups have been together for 15 years. So we were so happy to be amongst so many amazing acts who have been together for so long.
Yeah. It was really very fun, and to be able to bring our brand of comedy and our team to a national stage was obviously very thrilling. And as you can kind of see, I think it comes through in the episodes, there are so many nice people involved in this show. The other acts are tremendous. They're really wonderful to know. So we really had a very fun time. Bringing the Funny was a fun time.
How did you guys meet each other? I'm interested now in that.
Yeah. So we actually met each other through me. I found
Of course.
Me.
It's crazy. One of the members is one of my closest friends from college. One of them I met in line at a comedy show. One of them I met in an improv class. Maggie I met in a crazy character class at UCB. So we all met in different ways, but I brought everyone together, and I chose people who all want to make people happier with their comedy and just have the same intention. And so we all have different styles of humor and stuff, but we all want to improve the quality of life of others and make them happier.
You're like the Nick Fury of the Comedy Avengers, right? You're just walking around, joining our team. Yeah.
Who came up with the name? Was it you as well? The title? Your name, Kids These Days? Such
it's a democracy.
It is a democracy, but we did vote, and everyone liked my suggestion, so I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
I love it. I feel like the name represents hey, we want to be kids forever.
Yes.
That type of feel.
Exactly, and kids these days, them and their humor.
Exactly. Kids these days, what moms would be pointing.
But before we go on, there's 5 acts that graced the stage tonight, including one that America voted back. That's the Valleyfolk, which is a sketch comedy group, which I didn't think that America would have voted back a sketch comedy group, but they did, because we love sketch comedy, right?
Yeah, right.
Speaking of, our first guest out there was Lou Berger, one of the favorites of the show. Just overall thoughts about their performance today, real quick. Just ideas.
I felt like I was on a Broadway show. I bought a ticket for a Broadway show, and it was beautiful, and I love the way they sing. It's so funny, and then it got so edgy and rocky, and like it was just it was a little more musical than more funny, but it was still funny, but it was so good.
Oh, for sure.
I enjoyed it.
Have you met Lou
so.
Berger at all backstage? How are they? Are they really because they were on the show before, so you can totally tell us the truth. How they are.
Spill the tea.
We love Lou Berger. Yeah, we got to know them during the show, and Huey is a member of Lou Berger, and we're from the same city. We're from Syracuse, New York, so we had a nice connection on that. Felt like we were representing for Syracuse, and they're all lovely, and they're all as funny as well. So it's just a great combo. We love their performance.
Oh yeah, they're absolute dolls. I went to see after the show ended. After like the show ended, the taping for like the first portion before they did the finale. I went to see Erica Rhodes doing a show with Candace as well, and some of Lou Berger was there. We all just like kicked it together and had a beer, and it was a blast to see that even after Bring the Funny wrapped before the finale, we still all saw each other and enjoyed each other's company, and they're absolute dolls. It's really awesome because they're also accomplished with their BuzzFeed work and the Try Guys. So they're superstars already.
Oh, big time!
Wow.
Are you guys right now in Syracuse? I wasn't.
So I'm from Syracuse, but we're in New York, and we're a New York-based team. We're in
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, we're from New York right here.
Brooklyn's in the building. We built the building.
I was saying that's looking very
sexy exposed brick.
What,
you know how it goes.
Zakiyyah, you're from upstate, though.
Yes, I'm from upstate, so someplace near you, Rachel, Syracuse. I'm from Buffalo.
Oh my gosh, my dad, I mean, we could turn this whole upstate show. My dad's born in Buffalo. I went to college in Rochester. My best friend lives in Buffalo. So I'm all about that upstate.
It's weird, man. Like, once you get the major Teigen outside the 5 boroughs, it becomes Canada for me. But I heard there's towns called Syracuse.
No.
I'm just being honest with you. That's just the way it is.
You guys are so amazing. Especially, Rachel, I heard you, like, did work for Jimmy Fallon. How does that feel? Like, how do you feel about that? You did some amazing work.
Yeah, I loved working there. I worked there. It was my first job out of college, and I worked there for over 5 years, almost 6 years. It was a blast. I learned so much, and I did the social media for the show for over 5 years, and I also wrote jokes for the show. So it was amazing, and like he is a great boss. Yeah. Everyone there is so kind and funny and hilarious and hardworking, and it's also like so fun to work there. It's you know, there's like a lemur walking by, and then you see like Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, and he asks you for directions, and then you know Kim Kardashian's walking by, and she's talking to whoever, and it's just like it's a whirlwind. But I just enjoyed everyone who works there. It's like a real family and community, and that's more important for me. So and that's why I sort of founded Kids These Days, is because that same attitude, like, of dope people making really funny stuff, and they all like really support each other.
Dope.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I mixed up your names, Maggie and Rachel. I'm so sorry. I love to clear that up.
A slight glare looking at the TV.
Stephanie, she's a great lady.
Likewise. We'll answer to you there.
Our second contestant tonight was Mr. Carl Williams. That's someone that we said that was odds-on favorite. Yeah. But as she went on, we were saying more and more that she was okay. She was good. She was solid. Right. How was your show tonight, Ben? What do you think?
I mean, I still like her, obviously. She's a pro to me,
like
right?
But,
cool. But the thing is, like, I feel like the strongest one was when she was talking about her kid, her son. Like, I think 2 shows back.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like this time she had some good jokes, but I think the punchline, it took too long. I don't know if we talked about it last time, too. I think she's talking about her story. She's making us understand the scenario and all the environment, and we see it in front of us, but I think it takes a little bit too long until she hits the punchline. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how I felt.
Well, because she's been around the block for a while, too. I mean, she's even says that. So I'm thinking, like, she had, it's like a 2-minute thing, right, ladies?
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 minutes on stage. So she's trying to get, like, all her good stuff.
Yeah.
And she's trying to, like, condense everything. But I hear what you're saying. It seemed like 2 shows beforehand, like, I was just dying in tears. Like, what happens in Vegas stays? Oh no, it's in my house.
Yes.
And whatever how the joke goes. Yeah, but she's
I'm not
hysterical.
worried. I'm not worried about that.
No,
I think
she's gonna be
get...
friggin' uberly famous. Like she's a girl. You have nothing to worry about.
Right.
Take care of.
I like her because she's smart. She sticks to what she knows. Because oftentimes where the problem lies is when you get a comedian who doesn't stick to what they know and they try to tell someone else's story and it doesn't come off as genuine.
Yeah.
So I feel like for her to go her route and to be the best at it is like what shines, like what makes her shine. So
That's a question I have for you ladies. I know for stand-up, because I do stand-up as well, there's this push to be more relatable and be more accessible because it's just you and a microphone. How do you approach that with your form of comedy? Because you do have that extra challenge of other players and your premises as well.
Yeah, I think with sketch and the variety acts, it's interesting to see how you can be relatable through those things as well. So like you said, stand up, you're presenting yourself. You might have a way of expressing yourself that really gives people, the total feel for who you are, at least your on stage persona. And your jokes can be relatable about, what you're doing at the grocery store, what it's like to be a part of your family. With sketch, I think we approach it on a basis of what's relatable to people too, because people laugh at things when they go, "That is so true." Oh yes, I love when that happens, or I hate when that happens. So I think we approach sketch in a way that we want people to relate to it, but we want to do a little twist on that idea and use the whole team's capabilities to really surprise people. So it's relatable, but like I said, it has a little bit of a hint or a nod that you weren't expecting, and that's kind of a strategy that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
We did that in our second sketch, for instance, that we did on Bring the Funny. It was kind of like an R&B song about mansplaining and women's rights and stuff. And it's kind of came from our, I wrote it and it came from our experience of getting mansplained to over and over and and just the different experiences we've had in family, workplace, friend groups, just in society, and everyone seemed to really respond to that one and they do when we perform it live as well, because it's I don't know, we all experience that. Another example is I wrote this sketch recently called Dim Restaurant, and it's all, when you're at a restaurant and they dim the lights at 6 p.m. and you're everyone goes, woo hoo hoo. Yeah. Everyone does it all at once. And so I kind of took that to the next level, and the restaurant became dimmer and dimmer, and then they're I can't even see what's going on. And then they just point to something on the menu and they get a kid's lemonade, and then someone spills the water on their head and they get a towel, but it's really an old lady's fur coat and she's inside, and what happens if you take a relatable thing and take it too far? So that's kind of what sketch is. It's that same relatable thing that you do in stand-up, but you just take it way too far.
And we get to paint the picture. Since it's more narrative in nature, we get to totally play it out for you. Instead of maybe tell a joke, we get to really cast the characters and paint that whole world for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. I go to Second City. I'm fascinated with all that. We do stand up as well. Flobito. Flobito's my mentor. No, he's our fearless leader. But I love everything they're doing with Bring the Funny. Everything from the varieties to the sketch, just everything they're doing, not just stand up. We love it all. So I'm glad there's a slice of different performances in the finale.
Yeah, it was interesting that you said about how you take something that's relatable and amp it up, much like our next contestant, the Chris and Paul show. Yes. Tonight they had a simple balloon gag that went way too far. Yes. Human balloon reactions. Zakiyyah, I wanted to see your opinion about this, because you were watching it really intently about how this is going to escalate with...
Every time I watch them, I feel like I'm watching Tom and Jerry, and I'm so delighted. Yeah. And so I get so happy, the kid in me is dancing inside, but I'm also oh my God, what's about to happen? Yeah. I absolutely love them. I think they take it, like you guys said, way too far, and it is amazing to just watch them without them speaking. Sure. And to really take me to a place where I don't want to leave anymore. I'm okay, where's the next act you guys are gonna do? I'm ready. So when you're ready, you let me know, because I'm here.
Right. Yeah. I've been saying it from the beginning. They are straight up reincarnation of Abbott and Costello. I'm like, what these guys don't even need to speak. And they still make you freaking roll over. Is pretty amazing. Yeah. And you guys got to meet them too backstage? Because I from other people, they said they didn't get to meet everybody.
Yeah, they're like our besties.
We love Chris and Paul. They're New York boys. They're New York boys as well. So we've gotten to perform at similar venues, and we got to spend a lot of time with them at the show. And we just love Chris and Paul, and we love what they do.
Yes.
Like you said, it's like they're Abbott and Costello, they're Laurel and Hardy, they're the Marx Brothers. They're a complete modern take on that kind of comedy, and they're so committed and so creative. It's they're just a pure joy to watch.
And so humble too. Like they're like the funniest thing, and no one can do that like them. Like seriously, no one can replicate that. They go hard, and they're so humble about it, and so kind, and just generous with their time and advice, and they're like really, really good people, and everyone like loved them backstage. I mean, everyone loved everyone, but they were like just absolute sweethearts.
Yeah.
They seem lovable.
They are. They do seem like it. I want to be their friends.
Yeah. Well, we're friends with the Lubergers.
Right.
All friends
Those
of
are
the
our
show.
buddies.
They're amazing.
I mean, I don't want to sound negative, but maybe that's the German in me. I always have to say something against it, right?
Germany's fun.
Yeah, sorry. I still love you, though. I love everybody. But, no.
Say it like that.
No, but I just wanted to say very quickly, I feel like the strongest to me was still the cookie show with the cookie.
Right.
I really have to say
yeah.
that. I mean, because I feel like that was the most relatable piece.
Right.
You know, the other with the balloon today, that was also very funny in a way, but it was hard for me to relate to that a little more, to be honest. For me, it was. I mean, it's all subjective. We talk
How
about
dare you
that,
have an
right?
opinion about comedy?
But the cookie thing, the cookie situation. Think about it yourself. You sit in a room and you have cookies right next to you, and someone is coming to you before and say, "Hey, don't touch it."
That's me in my car.
Come
That's
on.
me at church.
Come
That's
on.
me at funerals. I love cookies.
Come on, girls. You're like in New York. What would you do? You would, of course, also take a cookie, right? No matter what.
Oh, I've been eating cookies all day.
Shout out to cookies, y'all.
I feel like in Brooklyn, you can very easily eat cookies while watching a trapped balloon in any direction that you may see. So you can do like 2 for 1 on that. But yeah, I'm a big cookie fiend as well. So
have you guys tried Duchess cookies?
Their performance was amazing though. They especially because it had so many different levels. It you thought it was about to end, but they had another thing that happened, and then they brought Chrissy out, and then it was like, oh my god, I feel like it was so intricate and they make it seem so simple. But it's like what they did is like the most craziest, hardest thing to do with your bodies and like your face and stuff. And they like made such a crazy scene seem so simple. It was amazing.
Yes. And it made me think of when my niece, like when she has a balloon and she loses it. And it's the hilarious to watch, even though it's so sad, but kids really get super emotional when they lose that balloon. So it took me there, and then for them to make a comedy piece out of it or a sketch piece out of it, I'm like, that's perfect.
Okay, I'm too old. I got you. I got it. That's okay.
I was excited when the balloon came out.
It's nothing wrong with being old. Our next contestant was Siddiq. 21 years in grinding, he said, got on stage with a brand new suit. So much he was saying, "How's my suit?" Jackie Nova, thoughts about Siddiq's performance overall in this season and tonight?
He is just a kapow, bam, badass.
That's a quote.
Just like bottom line in that suit. Ali is fabulous.
Yeah,
tag him.
He is just so. Yeah, I'm gonna tag him on that.
Tag him on that one.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's so funny. He's just commands that stage like they were saying. He takes over. I mean, what else is there to say about that man? Needs his own special. I mean, and to compare him to Dave Chappelle too, like Dave Chappelle is the bomb. But that's how I see him too. I see him like they could
that's true.
Yeah, they could be in a movie together. Or
I
something.
mean, I have when I heard the story, I didn't know about that, to be honest. I mean, I knew that he's in the business for a couple of years already, but this guy, oh my God, 21 years. This is crazy. So he was really grinding. So I have a lot of respect for people having this persistency. Just never give up. Do whatever it takes because it's your passion, it's your dream. For anybody, for everything. You know what I mean? And I love that about him. So I think he definitely deserves to be on that stage. And he's a pro. I mean, I have to say that every time when he's sitting down, said, hey everybody.
Yes.
I was like, come on, you
That's
got
his
it. You got all
signature.
of us, you know.
Yeah, that
But
definitely is his
and I
signature.
think he did a great job because I could relate to that situation.
Okay.
We all know the situation. We sit in a restaurant. Okay, who's paying that stuff?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
$460. How do we get out of here?
I'll be honest with you. I refuse to go to birthday dinners because we all have to do that thing where we all grab for the check and go, "Oh, you're not gonna pay today." We know it's a free meal, bro. Like that's why we all came out.
Like go to the restaurant.
Sorry, I'm raging right now. I hate dinners.
Okay, can we just say this? He honestly comes out like you said, and everyone's been saying, Command to Sage, his signature is sitting down and really just taking it to his tone. But first of all, that eye stare, that I need us all to practice this stare right now in these cameras. He literally, that it's like, let's do it right now. Ready, set, go.
Oh, you're good. Shout out to New York, man.
That was a moment.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Literally a moment, guys. It was hilarious. But I love him.
He's good.
He's really brilliant.
Very, very strong tonight.
So you met him too, I guess, right? You met Ali. You had some.
Yeah, we did. We were on the first episode together. We were part of that entire crew. We were together a lot, all of the acts that were on the same episodes, so we got to spend a lot of time with Ali as well. And he's just like, he's a journeyman, but he's like so fresh at the same time. Like he's been doing it forever, but his comedy is so tight and so polished. And like you guys have been saying, like he just commands that stage, and you would listen to anything he has to say. And not that it doesn't mean it isn't great, because then it you know, he proves himself like someone with the confidence who can sit in that chair, and it's really enjoyable.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I know, he can sit down even during stand-up, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just, like, commands I just feel like you just want to watch him. And the way he talks, it's just, it's like, he commands that. And he's a kind person. We like rode the bus a lot, you know, we rode the ETF, you know, talent shuttle with each other a lot, and he was just always like just so funny. So he's full of ideas. He's so hilarious and a nice person too.
I would love to pick his brain.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, yes.
I think everyone from Bring the Funny should come together and make a big sketch. That would be so funny.
We are the world.
We are the world.
That would
sketch
be
or just
hilarious. If you
feature
guys,
film with all of you guys.
if you
in
guys
it.
do that idea, if you do that idea, put me on the payroll because
Wow. I have an idea. Here's my finder's fee.
Okay.
Our last contestant tonight was the one America voted in, the Valleyfolk. They are voted in. They had a sketch today going the Old West vibe with a twist. Zakiyyah, what thoughts about this one? Because you were the most adamant about how you felt. Go on.
Okay, so I literally and I love the Valleyfolks, but I just didn't get it. Like I never get it. I'm always confused.
Comedy, I don't get it.
I never get it. Like it was like this one was funny, but I just never get it.
I think it's because you and I are not like the biggest fans of super dark comedy.
No, I love dark.
You like dark.
Yes, that's the problem.
I thought that this performance, and I said to myself the whole time, I'm like, oh, they got in? I'm like, holy cow. And then I was like, glad, because they were the funniest this time around. I've never seen them this funny. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I also had a hard time with that one, to be honest. But I liked when he started singing. That kind of turned me over a little bit to the bright side.
Yeah.
You know. So I like that. I like that part, especially also the joke at the end with Jeff on the wanted picture.
On the wanted
that was
picture.
Really cool.
And
I'm not sure if he was basically like flipping it around or something. So he had it on the wrong side or something.
Right, he had it upside
so
down.
I'm still asking myself if they did that on purpose or if that
They
was.
said it was them.
Yeah, there was a debate there too.
Oh, okay.
But that's a good point, because I felt all season it really wasn't my style of humor, and this one kind of isn't as well. But this performance to me was like, I get it. That's their brand. So the question for you kids these days, I know you can't make everyone laugh every single time. At what point do you say, okay, let's workshop this to make us funnier? And what point do you say, no, this is it. This is what we're doing. This is our craft.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to know what sometimes something is in the room amongst all of our members, and you know you're onto something quick. And other times it could be me who's written it. I'm like, no, hear me out. So it's funny. is that I want to say it's a societal critique, and then you if you're explaining it, it's probably not. So it can be hard. You can rewrite things. We rewrite things so many times. There's that quote, there's no writing, it's just rewriting. Right. And that's very true of us. And we perform things very frequently in New York, and we perform all across the country. So you really get to sense like this is something that works regardless of venue, regardless of state or city. Or you have something that like really kills in New York, but like maybe doesn't do as well on the West Coast. So I think it's a lot of trial and error. After those initial things that just hit people's funny bones, which are fail-safe, a lot of it is a lot of kind of trial and error that you go on your gut and experience.
True. Okay. I think for me with comedy, I have to relate just a little bit to it, and like we all said, comedy is subjective. But if you can get me to relate, I can laugh.
Fair,
so.
Absolutely. You're not a robot, Zakiyyah.
Fair enough.
There's no accusations.
But the Valley guys, I mean, that whole cowboy thing that drew me right in because I just love the whole cowboy theme.
It was pretty much like SNL. They could do that on SNL and would
that's
how I felt
rhythm.
like it.
Not a good way or bad way, but very similar rhythm.
Right.
But, that was our contestants. The winner will be announced tomorrow after America's vote. But before we move on, Ben, it's now time for our new segment. That's you tell us something cool that we can learn from.
Yeah, I just wanted to share something, and Jonathan, I sent an email to you because I have something about you guys, kids these days.
Oh, kids these days in our
Oh
comedy.
yeah,
They're in the
I found
hot
something
seat.
very
Kids these
crazy.
days.
Now it's basically a video that I wanted to share with the world. And I think you can listen to it. You can't see it, but we can see and listen to it. But you definitely know what I'm talking about. So let's check it out.
Start the track. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but the garlic bread is almost ready. His mom makes the one thing, and his life is steady. Alright, so I'm just gonna stop you there real quick for a second. X!
I love this one.
Marshall, love the rhymes. It's just that I don't remember your hit song "Lose Yourself" talking about garlic bread and cooking, although it does mention Mom's spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti.
That's cool.
All right, thanks,
That was
Jonathan.
very nice. I
Appreciate it.
appreciate
Thank you.
that.
So, guys, I just wanted to ask you, who came up with that idea? I mean, this is like just hilarious. I love that.
That was hilarious.
No, you did that?
I love it.
I love that. That's, oh my God. I couldn't stop watching and laughing about it. This is so crazy.
Thank you guys for watching.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thing, too. There's a whole. It gets even crazier.
Yeah, because it basically sounds like spaghetti if we all be honest to ourselves.
Yeah. Mom's spaghetti, she puts in the work, elbow grease, it's all good.
Exactly.
So you just spitted some rhymes at some point, right? So that's how you basically changed it, or?
Yeah, so basically, like, Eminem has this, song, and he says, "Mom's knees weak, mom's spaghetti," and it's just like the internet has always like done memes with mom's spaghetti. It's such a weird like little lyric, and so I just took that to the next level, and I pretended that Eminem was re-recording some old songs for like an anniversary album, and he can't stop talking about his mother's cooking. So he raps "Lose Yourself," "Just Lose It," "Till I Collapse," all these songs, and he can't stop talking about like that like freaky avocado toast and like all this stuff, and we have a member of our group, Jack Blankenship, and he is unbelievable performer, and he just looks like Eminem and can do an amazing impression. So I had come up with this idea, and then we were like, Jack is perfect. And then we have Adrian, who was the hype man sort of sound mixer character, and Sabi Jamil, who was like the best freaking hilarious producer, like being like, Eminem, pull it together, come on.
Right.
We need that pain, that anger. We need that. We don't want to talk about the cooking. And they just like, it was like a perfect combination of like comedy gold. The three working together, they're like the best of the best and unbelievable actors. And so they made it easy. Like I came up with the idea, yes, but they made it easy because they're so damn good, and then we just produced it. So
Nice.
That was amazing. Yeah, please guys who are watching today, please check out the Kids These Days Instagram account. They have a lot of videos on there, and I really recommend it too.
Yeah.
So that's my question too. I know that when you're out there, you have to build your brand with new sketches and new content because it's a content beast. But how do you balance that with keeping things fresh? And how do you recycle? If you recycle, like, what's your strategy for that?
we actually perform every time we do a show. We do a different show. So every month in New York, we come up with like 6 to 12 new sketches and just like do a new thing. And then when we go on tour, we take our favorites and put those in festivals.
Yeah.
So we take, you know, we did Timmy Hot Dog, that sketch on Bring the Funny, and that's like one of our favorites to take on tour because everyone likes throwing food around. Everyone likes seeing someone take their shirt off. There's people love musical sketches, so we like put them out on New York and do like new sketches because we always want to keep it fresh. We're not trying to recycle stuff.
And it's more fun for us too. We have a lot of ideas. Our team is comprised of actors and like we're actor writers. So everyone acts in things, but everyone is also writing and pitching ideas. So I think it's a nice combo for us to think about what's next. You know, what other ideas do we want to play with? So for our own sake, as much as we love doing some of the greatest hits, it's always exciting for us to do new material as well.
Right.
And a total of you guys, is it 8 of you?
We have 10.
There's 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you all live in the same house? I mean, why not?
They have bunk beds.
We do that in Germany.
Two away from each other, but and there are 2 members who are roommates, but yeah, that would be cool. We should get a house together.
I would love that.
Yeah.
So as far as
We live together with the amount of rehearsing that we do. I see these folks more frequently than, you know, like my boyfriend sometimes. So it feels like we live together.
Like a
And we
hostel.
live together when we go on tour. You know, we get a big house together and stuff. And yeah, but we're going to, I think, St. Louis. So if there are any St. Louis fans watching, we're coming there soon. We have some festivals coming up, and we have our website that has all of our festivals. So we wish we lived together. That would be really cool.
That means
It's more convenient.
I'm down.
But that means you're going to have a house in St. Louis then.
As far as Bring the Funny goes, would you guys do everything the exact same, or would you switch out one sketch for another? Have you thought of that, or would you just do it the exact same?
So we would workshop different things together that we felt like maybe this would be like a funnier joke for TV or things we might want to play up. We have stage versions of both the sketches that we got to do on Bring the Funny. So Timmy Hot Dog and the, you know, woke feminist sex song
Yeah, I like that one.
are extended on stage. So there's a little more action. There's a little more input from each team member, so we just kind of get to fill it with more jokes and more time, but everything's a little bit truncated for TV. So we kept everything the same in essence, and nothing that we didn't feel really strongly about appeared on stage. So I would say that's sort of, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's sort of how we did it.
And I think that the 2 sketches we did on the show, like the Timmy Hot Dog one we did in the first round, and then the woke sex song we did in the second round, it kind of embodies like a little bit about our style. So our style as comedians is like we all have different senses of humor. So some of us write like really cutting political sketches. Some of us write, you know, really slapstick stuff. I write a lot of songs. So we all have like different life perspectives and different senses of humor. And then we bring it all together and make it funnier and understandable by all. So like the cutting political humor will be understood by people who like slapstick. You know, we make sure it's like everyone likes it. And so we did this Timmy Hot Dog one, which was hilarious, very silly, slapstick, and then we did this sort of more feminist musical sketch. So we showed like the breadth of our the wide range of our abilities and our style. So I think it really represented us well.
I see that. Yeah. I was just wondering, I'm like, because anytime you do something, you're like, man, I should have done this if I could do it all over again. But it's great that you guys understood that this shows who our team is, and at the end of the day, we went out with a bang. So I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Yeah, that's smart. from one range to another. Like, here's what we can do. Not just this, but we got this for you too.
Yeah. Right, we're not going to throw veggie burgers the next week. You know, we got
veggie burgers, In-N-Out burgers.
So, yeah, I just wanted to ask, I think I was always asking everyone the same question, but I also wanted to ask you guys, because I believe at the end of the day, everyone who's on that show is a winner already, right? I really have to say that because you guys are really like on a very high level. So I'm always asking people, so, I mean, you haven't been on the show right now anymore, but I'm assuming you guys got a lot of stuff out of it, right? Because like you've been seen on television, so people must approach you and say, "Hey, we want to have you here and here." So you must be all over the place now, right?
It's like
it's definitely helped us out, and you know, we have so many new fans on social media that are really excited to see our shows and see us on tour, and definitely opportunities coming our way. So, and I don't know, it's only the beginning for us, you know. This show is at the beginning of our, like, we've been in comedy for a long time, each of us individually, but as a group, it's just the first year, and we were already on national television, so we're like,
it's amazing.
That's incredible.
So we're like, you know, we're doing pretty well, and we're like excited to see the future if this is the beginning, you know.
I feel very lucky to have been on the show, and to have gained the experience and sort of the lessons learned and the exposure. All of those things feel like they've kind of catapulted our development and growth in a way that is very fortuitous, and we've just been really enjoying the ride.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
It was also awesome to meet
Yeah.
everyone who worked on the show and all the contestants, because we are so excited to work with everyone in the future and, like, you know, like be in projects together and help, you know, cast each other and stuff. So we're like pumped that we met all these amazing comedians and everyone was friends in the cast. So it was awesome.
It was like one of the hottest shows.
It was like summer camp.
Of the summer. I mean, did you know that? It was like one of the hottest shows of the summer. So like the planet knows kids these days.
We did some research, and basically Bring the Funny for the first season was basically number 3 after Americans Got Talent and Bachelor, which is pretty huge for the first season.
And I have been on those shows as well. So
at the same time.
Wow. So you
I gotta say, it feels very good.
She's won all of them.
So you
I won The Bachelor.
So
that's amazing. And
that's great.
Oh my gosh, I'm a member of Bachelor Nation, so I know how big of a deal it is. So that is an honor to be third under the Bachelor in Paris.
So you are the Bachelorette?
Don't get Ben started. Don't get Ben started.
So
what's the question?
So you are the Bachelorette then?
Yes. I'm the comedy Bachelorette, I guess.
Let's get that going. Zakiyyah, do you want to produce that one too?
Yes, I'm telling you. Put me on the payroll. I got you guys.
Getting cut off. It's a family show. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much for coming on the show today. Where can the world find you and follow you and be in part of your nation?
Yes.
Well, kidsthesedayscomedy.com has links to, you know, our Twitter, Instagram, but I'd say our Instagram is like primo. You can find out about our tours, all of our videos. So that's Kids These Days Comedy on Instagram and kidsthesedayscomedy.com, and hit us up and talk to us, message us. We'll love to tell you when we're coming to your city, to LA, to Kansas, to Florida, blah, blah, blah.
Kansas City it is. Both of them. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it.
We love you, girl. We love Kids These Days. Thank you so much for being on.
I love you so much.
Ben's in love, guys.
Okay. Always.
Ben's in love.
Hopeless romantic.
The German have a lot of love, you know.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, they're giving you heart.
Oh my God.
Even though this is the finale for Bring the Fun, it is not the end for AfterBuzz, because we are the ESPN TV Talk. From humble beginnings, we become one of the largest digital powerhouses. So if you're watching right now and streaming, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the show on social media to all your friends and enemies. And if you're like me, who waits the day, get in the car, check out iTunes, download the podcast, you can leave a rating and comment there too. Let us know how much you love the show and other shows in the AfterBuzz Network, and we read our comments. In fact, we talk about it, we giggle about it like little schoolgirls. It's kind of dope. I just want to say thank you so much. Just like that. From the bottom of our heart, thank you for making us an ESPN TV Talk. Guys, ladies, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
This has been the highlight of my week. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate that.
I can't believe this is the last time I'm signing off. But Ben,
we're gonna be back. I have a feeling.
Yes. Season 2 will happen.
Season 2 will happen. Ben, where the world can find you online?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's at Benjamin Schnau. As always, like SCHNAU. Also on Facebook. And don't forget Pennyworth on Sunday, 7 p.m. The Dark on Monday, 6 p.m. The Tarot, the Dark. I mean, I do the Dark on Tuesday. You know, I still do that in German for you guys every Tuesday. Sorry. I love you.
Hi guys, my name is Zakiyyah. You can find me on Instagram at ZakiyyahW_. And also tomorrow night, Wednesday, every night I'm on David Makes Man. So if you're into it, watch it. Come see me.
Watch it because you love her. And you can check me out on all the social media at JackieNova7 and at oxfilms.us because we have a feature film coming out. That is a feature film action suspense thriller called Art of Deception with my partner Richard Wright and I, which he directed. We produced it together.
Damn.
And we're both starring in it. And I'm here all week long, baby boos. We've got 90210 tomorrow. We've got Pearson tomorrow night. We got Why Women Kill. That's on Thursday. And we've got El Secreto de Selena. Los Domingos. That's Sunday night. Oh, my Lord have mercy. We have so much going on here at AfterBuzz. We love you.
So many languages. My name is Flobo Boyce. The Monday Night Raw After Show and the NXT After Show are part of our wrestling coverage. Bring the funny ends tonight, but I'm also on Chasing the Cure on Thursdays. You can follow me on Twitter at Flobo Boyce, on Instagram at Flopito and Flopito.com, where I just opened a merch store. You can buy Flopito t-shirts at Flopito.com. Live entertainment, DJ, stand-up comedian, MC. Please contact me. But until next time, from the bottom of my heart, buzz you later.
Peace. Later. We love you.
Woo!
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.